right, y'all. Welcome back to episode 2 of the Gap Talk. And first of all, shout out to us, okay?
Yes.
100 not subscribers. We
Not
need
yet.
100, not yet. Y'all come on and subscribe. But 100 views on our first video.
We have about 20 subscribers almost.
16.
5K views on our shorts and our reels.
5K on what?
5K on the first reel.
You're talking about Instagram. I'm
Yeah.
talking about YouTube.
Man, they all the same. Follow us on all the socials.
They're not
The
all the
Gap Talk.
same. We can't count our Instagram.
You know, when we're gonna sell to like brands for partnerships, they're gonna ask for it as all the same. Like it's all gonna transcribe over different ones. So we can add the views that we got from YouTube Short of the same reel that we posted, the same TikTok, because that's engagement across all of it. It doesn't have to be viewed separately.
So are you saying that is our engagement across all platforms?
Across the boards. So yeah, for that, well, on Instagram, for our first reel, we got like 5K, but that doesn't count TikTok and that doesn't count YouTube Short. So if you include all those, we have almost 10K views on our first reel. And that's
so what I'm saying is that for me to get that, you have to say we have 10K views across all platforms.
On our reel. Y'all ain't watch our whole podcast, and you should, but this one you will. It's a lot more interesting.
Are you saying we were boring on the first episode?
No, but like, you know what I mean? Actually, we got really good feedback. Everybody enjoyed the story time of how we came to be. But I think this is more, relevant, to the world. Everybody can agree or find something that they can attest to how we both grew up.
Let's start. Let's talk about the TikTok ban. Because they shut down the Dollar Tree.
I was gonna say that. No, they shut down TikTok.
They is.
I hate you so bad. Like that's like for real.
They shut down the Dollar Tree, TikTok. But then back in 12 hours.
When I tell you, I didn't even know what to do with myself for them 12 hours. And
Really?
I wasn't even a part of knowing, because you texted me, but I was asleep at 9:00. So what I'm most mad about, I was editing my vlog in CapCut. I did not export the vlog. I fell asleep mid-editing. And so I wake up at 6:00 these days, and I'm getting a bunch of texts like, are you sad? TikTok's gone, TikTok's gone. Everybody sent me that same screenshot. I'm like, oh, y'all are fucking lying. Because I've been in denial this whole time. I'm like, oh, it's not gonna go nowhere. Because we've been getting the mixed reviews.
Yeah.
Girl, when I saw that, I almost cried. Like I almost shed a tear. And then I kept going back to the app. But after I had seen the first initial President Trump will fix this, whatever else, I started to go on Instagram Reels trying to get a laugh in, like at 6 a.m., 7 a.m.
No, you were scrolling Instagram Reels? First of all, I don't even know how to scroll I don't even know if I know how to just look at only Reels on Instagram. Because I'm used to going on Instagram and just looking through what Instagram was set up for, to just scroll through your Instagram timeline.
A millennial.
So once Instagram entered all this like video stuff, and then it was like, dang, now it's Instagram Reels. I still never transfer between like, oh, let me look at my timeline versus let me just watch nothing but Reels on Instagram the whole time.
I don't ever choose to scroll that, but my usual regimen, I needed something.
What about YouTube Shorts? They say YouTube Shorts is just like TikToks and Instagram Reels.
Millennial. I don't know. YouTube is for long form content. YouTube is for something that I'm just watching in the background and not actively watching, unless I'm like watching it as a show at night. Because some people record their vlogs, and for me, it's like a show. Because it's like a day in their life, actually. You know what I mean? Okay. Not the aesthetically pleasing day in their life. It's like, I'm seeing you.
I feel like this conversation, just naturally leads to, let's talk about social media of our generations. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm from the OG of OGs.
Where did you start?
Of social media. Back in the day, before the kids had Wi-Fi, there's a thing called dial-up internet. Okay?
Like dial on what? On the house phone?
Dial up. Yeah.
Dial who?
The internet. You had to dial the internet. I don't know what the number was, but you set up your computer near what is now called an Ethernet cord, but back then you set it near the phone cord is what we called it. Okay.
You called the Ethernet the phone cord?
The phone cord, because
wasn't your phone connected to the cord?
Hold on. Don't get too crazy here, okay? The phone cord was like, it was plugged into your phone, into your like house phone, your landline in your house. There was a time when we had house phones. We had no cell phone. You had a house phone? Okay. Yes. So you would unplug your house phone and plug it into the back of your CPU. We didn't have laptops. The back of your CPU, the big ass box that would sit on the floor, and you would dial up the internet.
Why are you dialing up the internet?
I don't know, but I'm just saying. You would, whatever.
Like, how are you dialing it up?
You would turn it on and it would make this like crazy noise. And then AOL would come up and it would be that yellow man running across the screen.
What yellow man?
He was a little yellow emoji. The little yellow thing across the screen while your internet was dialing up for you to be able to get on the internet. And then like my first version of any type of social media would be AIM.
Which I also don't know what that is. That sounds like
AOL Instant Messenger. Okay, and it was a time.
Oh, it stands for something.
Not too much. Again,
I said this sounds like an email.
It's disrespect, okay? So everybody had an AIM screen name, and you could like go into different like chat groups or chat rooms and chat with people. My AIM name was JBody08. J body was spelled 8 ODY.
Yo, you were ahead of your time.
Yeah, and was, okay?
Yeah, that's kind of fire.
J body 08 couldn't tell me nothing, okay?
So there was
I was in the AIM groups. So this was when the time where you would be in the AIM groups and they would ask you A/S/L for age, sex, location.
What?
So everybody would ask for your ASL so they could know, like, so you would be like 17, North Carolina, female.
People could lie.
Yeah, of course you could lie. So you would put your age, sex, location. No, I don't remember putting pictures up at the time. No, because wasn't no pictures. So it was age, sex, location, and you would get in these chat rooms and you would make friends and talk about all the different things. And then I feel like I don't even know that I had a cell phone at that point. I might need to look up if I had a cell phone.
What is the year?
Girl, who knows? Let's see. What was the year? It had to be the 2000s. Like
early
2000s.
What, you in like middle school, high school?
It had to be like 2003 or 4-ish. I had to be like 13, 14.
Damn. Oh, wow.
And that was like the thing, to be able to have the AIM screen name. And then you would like log in when your parents weren't home and hope that they wasn't calling the house phone trying to get up with you. Because once you plugged in your phone, once you plugged in the cord to the dial-up internet, like your phone line doesn't work anymore.
I hate that it's called dial-up internet. You're not dialing up anything.
You were dialing up the internet. No. So when we got like Wi-Fi, like that was a big thing that you could like still be on your house phone and be on the Wi-Fi.
Y'all didn't have Wi-Fi?
No, there was no Wi-Fi.
Oh, that is crazy. It's still not computing in my brain as to how like.
Because all your life you had Wi-Fi?
Was turning on. No, not necessarily. So that's what I also hate about you millennials. Like you swear, y'all swear like Gen Z, we grew up with Instagram, TikTok, and like everything's connected by like for me, like I've had a phone since I was in 3rd grade, sure, but I never knew about Wi-Fi. Like we was just texting each other. But I didn't grow up like being on all the socials. Melissa was not having that. I think my first time was Snapchat. My first social media was Snapchat because we all had it. That was the first app to come out, and that's like 2013. And it wasn't even with all the advancements that it was now. It was just sending pictures back and forth with a caption. Mm-hmm. And I don't even think we were able to chat yet, like on the app. So we didn't start actively using it until high school with like, now they updated it to like having memories. Now this is your new camera roll. Like everybody's taking it. And then they added a little feature called the My Eyes Only that you could make a little code and put your freaky pictures in there.
I'm sorry, what?
I didn't take no freaky pictures, y'all. I didn't take freaky pictures until college.
So I guess at that time when Snapchat was coming around, I was in college already.
Right, so you was probably already using it to be freaky.
I wasn't actually, and I didn't like Snapchat because of that reason. Because I was like, why the hell y'all making this freaky ass app? Like I was never a freaky ass girl on none of the socials anyways.
Oh, okay.
So I thought of Snapchat to be a freaky ass app, and I was like, I'm good on that. Like unless I'm just posting regular stuff.
Yeah.
Snapchat for me was definitely like a college thing. But before Snapchat, we had Facebook. So like Facebook was like the OG like introduction to social media where you could put like a picture. Like at the time when Facebook came out, Facebook was supposed to be like a college network. So you had to be in college.
Oh, because he was in college when he created it.
Yes. No? So you had to be in college and had to have an invitation from another college student to be on Facebook. So we was just getting people, whoever could get in that was our age would just send everybody that was their age an invitation to be able to like make a Facebook profile. So at first everybody's Facebook profile was like a lie. And then once we actually got in college, we could switch it to the college that we went to. And that's how like all of my networking when I first got to A&T, it would be Facebook groups. So we would have Facebook groups of incoming freshmen, class of 08, incoming freshmen, class of this, or like we had groups for your major. Class so you met everybody, not too much.
Is that when you graduated? Oh,
yes, I graduated high school in 08.
Oh, high school in 08.
I graduated college in 2012.
Okay, and that makes more sense. I'm like, no way. That doesn't really make sense.
So we had Facebook and we had to fight our way on Facebook. Oh, but before Facebook?
Kick.
What? MySpace.
Kick was another freaky app. I wasn't allowed to be on Kick, but everybody was sending their freaky texts on Kick.
Well, how do you know about all the freaky apps that you wasn't allowed to be on? Because I don't know these freaky apps. I had to live through my
friends because I wasn't allowed to have those things on my phone. I only had Snapchat, and my parents didn't know I had Snapchat because it wasn't like the prevalent fun app yet. We just all had a Snapchat account. Like we all had the same Snapchat account we made since like 6th or 7th grade.
Got it.
But Kick, I just had to live through everybody else having Kick on their phones. It's like texting, but not texting on your phone number so that you could just text anybody and then people would just send their stuff.
I've never heard of Kick before, but I do feel sad that you didn't get to experience MySpace.
Me too. But I feel like Instagram is the new MySpace.
Absolutely not. Instagram does not compare.
Can't you? You used to be able to put your music on MySpace.
No, there is
but MySpace is like build your own blog, is it not?
Yes.
I would love for them to create something like that.
There is no current day platform for me that I know of, but I'm also like over getting on new platforms that compares to like MySpace. Was a time. You built your profile, you had your profile picture, your friends was competing if they was gonna be in your top 8. Like one day you be fucking with your friend, the other day it's like, I don't like her because she said something about blah, blah, blah. And then she get moved down from space 2 to space 4.
What are the spaces about though? What is the top 8?
You was ranking your friends in order of 1 through 8. Usually if you had a boyfriend, he was number 1.
Wait, what are you ranking them for? Does everybody
see their
ranks?
Place in your life? Yes.
I don't understand the point.
What do you mean?
So every day you're messing with your
not every day. So if you had like a core group of best friends, so say you got like 3 best friends, right? And let's say your top 4. So you have 3 best friends and you got a boyfriend. Your boyfriend is going to be number 1. And then your 3 best friends are going to be in order 2, 3, or 4 based off of either how long you've known them or who you fuck with the most or don't fuck with the most. Like we was letting people know their order and their place in our life. And I feel like that's what's wrong with social media now is that it ain't no place. You can't tell your place in my life because it's just open space for everybody to be in there and be commenting and saying what they want to say. MySpace kept the girls in order.
And what happened to MySpace?
Gone.
What was the downfall?
I don't even know. I think the downfall of MySpace was the creation of Facebook. And Facebook was just more like, it was open, it was less inclusive. Like it was less about like HTML and coding, like HTMLs.
Oh.
So literally the OGs on MySpace were coding to get glitter to fall down your page or to figure out what song you wanted or your background. Like it was literally a coding app. And the people that are in IT right now,
they were MySpace.
Probably was coding on MySpace and holding it down.
Oh, wow.
Like literally a generation of coders.
So were you ever on Twitter? Is that not the same?
Oh boy, oh boy. I was on
Twitter?
Twitter, and Twitter was not the same because Twitter was just this app where you could just like
talk shit
and put your thoughts. Now, Twitter was a freaky ass app.
Twitter, oh, I was about to say something.
Twitter was a freaky ass app. When I got to college, it would be hashtag Twitter after dark.
What does that mean? Like Twitter porn?
Not Twitter porn. Now Twitter of
I said corn.
Oh, Twitter porn? No. It was hashtag Twitter after dark where we would just be like writing freaky shit after like 9 or 10 p.m. Everybody sees it. And it's like, I bet timeline sleep, blah, 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 blah. But you would write like nasty song lyrics, or you would send subliminal tweets. Like if you knew like somebody that you liked was following you on Twitter, like you would send a subliminal tweet to them and then they would like it, or you would acknowledge that you saw somebody tweet.
No.
Twitter was a good time. Twitter was such a good time that once I realized how crazy we was being on Twitter, I had to go back and delete my shit. I went into my Twitter.
You was saying stuff?
Girl.
What was you saying?
I went into my Twitter and I searched keywords, because you can search keywords. I searched keywords. So any keywords that were like just too salacious, the curse words, just anything. I looked them up and deleted all of the tweets that had.
Why were you tweeting that stuff anyway?
I was in my 20s.
I never did stuff like that.
You was on Kick.
I was not on Kick. That was the whole point of me saying, yo, I was not on Kick. Mommy, I was not on Kick.
Girl said, Mommy, I was not.
I was not on Kick. I wanted to be on Kick with the girls. I wasn't fast enough to be on Kick with the girls.
I was on Twitter with the girls and the boys, and baby, we was having a time.
Ew. I wasn't doing none of that. Like,
first of all, I bagged one of my college boyfriends on Twitter.
I bagged a few niggas on Twitter too, far away. I made some money off of Twitter too.
What do you mean?
Like in college, I wrote this guy's essay a couple times. I could say it now because I graduated and they're not taking my degree. But yeah, he paid me.
You was making money off of Twitter by doing people's homework.
And that shows what kind of girl I was. Like I wasn't being nasty and fast.
Yeah, nah, I was having a time on Twitter.
I wrote a 5-page essay on something.
How much did you make? Like $20?
No, probably like $100, maybe $50. I don't know. I ain't charged 5 pages of my words. Please. I also liked him, so I just did it.
Yeah, you probably just did it.
No, I got paid though. I got paid, yeah. But
pull up the receipt. How he pay you?
Girl, that was what, 2018? I'm not pulling that back up. He paid me. I think he might have cashed at me or something. He played basketball. He was like 6'5".
Oh gosh, enough. Okay.
Yeah.
So there was Twitter, and then after Twitter came. For me, after Twitter, I think came Instagram.
It was in that order?
Instagram, yeah. Because Twitter, like my freshman year of college, Twitter was the shit. Like freshman, sophomore year of college. I feel like Instagram came like sophomore year-ish.
What year?
Of college. So that had to be 09, 10.
Because I didn't get on Instagram until 2013.
Yeah.
2012, actually.
So it had to be like 9, 10. Before then, it was just Facebook and Twitter. And also, there was a time where we was tweeting from our cell phones. Before there was a Twitter app, you could like text the number to like send your tweets.
What?
And you couldn't get on Twitter unless you were like on, like you had to log on to twitter.com. You literally had to like be on a physical, like to get on the internet to get on Twitter. This was before it was like, you could just download an app on your phone and be doing stuff. Because when I was in college, I feel like I had a Motorola Razr, and then I had a BlackBerry.
That was my first phone.
I definitely had a Motorola Razr in college.
Well, it was gray, and I had a hot pink case for the girls. Who was I texting? Nobody. I was like 5.
And then
it was tweeting and having to type that number in.
Yeah, type that number.
One in to get to the B. Well, how was it? It was like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes. I could still type like that right now.
No way. If I need, absolutely not.
I could send you a message right now.
Absolutely not.
What?
No. What did I do? Snapchat. Then came Facebook, but I was only on Facebook and could only be friends with my parents. I couldn't be friends with nobody else. And I was only on it in high school for cheerleading because we had to have our like cheer group on there. Then came Instagram. Well, Instagram actually kind of came in between those because my friends had to beg my parents to let me get on Instagram. So they made my Instagram page when we was on a school trip in Florida. And then I had to hide it from them for a couple, and then I had to only follow them on there too. And then I was on Instagram when we was just, I don't know if you used to edit your photos in, what was it called? pictogram or something. It'd give you the white background and it would just be that, or you would get like the two, the collages. There was also like Insta Collage or Collage.
Yeah, there were apps, yeah.
So that was when I was on Instagram and we was doing the collages and every picture had the two white backgrounds. It's like the opposite of a Polaroid. You know, y'all know what I'm talking about. After Instagram, and in between, we had Uvu, which was like FaceTime.
I remember Uvu. We was FaceTiming the homies at Uvu freshman year of college.
The homies? We was FaceTiming randos.
Oh, no, we did that with friends.
Oh, no. Then they got rid of Uvu because I think people started to get kidnapped and stuff off of Uvu. Then me and my cousin used to go on Monkey, which is like this app on your phone. This Monkey was also kind of freaky because you would FaceTime random people.
Why do you only know the freaky apps? There's a trend going on here. I've never heard of Monkey before. Go on.
I don't even know why it was called Monkey. I think it was like orange. I don't know. You get on there, there's a time limit, and you're on FaceTime with these people, but you're able to add time. Like if you are enjoying the conversation that you're having with this random person, that could be anywhere. Because you could set your location to, I guess, anywhere. You could be like, oh, add time. And then you'll just like click it and add more time. You have to both do it though. And then if not, it switches over to the next person. Like anybody can get on that call. And it's just like a never ending call until you like exit out the app. You could even I think you could say stuff too, but I don't remember. But when we got bored in the summer, especially in the summertime, it's just me and my cousin in the house, we would just be on Monkey for like hours.
I didn't know nothing about that.
Talking to random niggas, just doing anything. It's like live before live. And then back to Instagram.
Yeah.
What's after that?
TikTok.
Twitter.
For you, Instagram, Twitter, and then see, mine was the opposite. I was Twitter, then Instagram.
I was still on YouTube from like 2008 to now.
You want to know what? I will say, as the social medias have grown, I just wish I knew what they really were. And like what the potential of them can be. Because I feel like I just thought we was having fun. Then we got influencers, then niggas is getting money. Yeah. And it's like, it got real serious real quick. And I didn't know it was that serious. Like I thought we were just sharing with our friends, the people that we know.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, it is like, I feel like once social media became like the business of social media, I was like, oh.
I don't think that happened till recently. I think people started to get money from YouTube. I think that's where it started.
Yeah.
And that's like the beauty influencers. Like you wasn't getting money being a lifestyle. It wasn't the thing to be a lifestyle creator. It was either you were a fashion or a beauty girly. At least that's what I know.
Were you a YouTube girly that was like watching YouTube videos?
Huh? Yes. Yeah. But I wasn't watching like, but not certain. Like I would watch certain people. I didn't watch everybody, but like I watched like couples channels, family channels, beauty and the fashion girlies. But like the OGs that's been making YouTube videos since 2011, 2012.
And that's the thing, I was never a YouTube girl.
And then that translated to Instagram and all the other apps. But they were still making majority of their money off of YouTube and YouTube monetization.
Yeah, it went from fun to a business very, very... And you were saying that it happened when people, like the YouTubers started getting money and that it was recently.
It was a switch because I feel like they were making all their money mostly from YouTube and YouTube monetization. And then brands started to notice like, oh,
it carries over.
Yeah, let me give these people. So I think that's where the brand deals and the brand trips kind of started. I think it worsened as it translated to other apps, i.e. Instagram, i.e. now TikTok. I think the TikTok girlies was making way more than the YouTube girlies was making because the YouTube girlies was down for years before they was making anything. It's hard to build a platform on YouTube. So for somebody to have 100K, you were that girl. 100K on YouTube, let alone 1 million. Whereas TikTok, you could get 1 million followers in a day if you really
Right. If you post something that goes
if you have
viral.
that luck, you know what I mean? It's easy to get the 1 million views. It's not the same for YouTube. So I feel like something got lost in translation and then they were just throwing money at the TikTok girls. But also it wasn't us. Shout out China.
Please. How do you feel like social media impacts mental health?
I think there's pros and cons, especially in my generation. I think we are so focused on sharing our life and everybody knowing every part of our life that it affects how we are actually living our life because we feel like we're not doing enough. Does that make sense? We're comparing ourselves to everybody else. So now we're trying to chase this dream or life that we don't necessarily have so that we can showcase it to other people. That crosses the line of validation. We didn't even get to that yet, but like, it's just like, I feel like those are intersectional. Is that the word? I gotta start reading again, y'all.
What are you trying to say?
Like they're mutually exclusive. Anyway.
Oh, we gonna get you a dictionary.
Oh,
Have you ever,
so
you've touched a physical dictionary before, like a Webster's, like you've held?
Back in the day, why would I be holding a dictionary?
I'm just trying to understand the level
Mutually,
of,
like, I just feel like they're intertwined. You know,
intertwined. So that's what you're trying to say?
I don't know.
Okay.
What words? But yes, so on that end, I think it negatively impacts us because we're trying to attain something that's not always attainable, or a look, or a lifestyle, or something that it's not meant for us. I think that's kind of the whole point too, because it's getting you to aspire to be something that you're not, or else they wouldn't be able to make no money anyway. And also they're all lying. They don't live that life that they're living. Anyway.
Okay, because them Target bags be going back. People be in the store buying all this stuff, doing these hauls.
They steal.
Oh, there was that lady that got caught in Florida that was stealing.
You're stupid as fuck. Why are you recording you stealing?
You're recording yourself stealing.
Steal in private. Like, don't steal on camera.
Don't publicly steal. That ain't right. That ain't right.
There's other ways to get those things, like, for real. I feel like that's helped my mental health a little bit more as far as like bringing light and laughter into our lives during like darker times. You know what I mean? Being able to go in there where if I'm having a bad day and I know I'm gonna get a laugh real quick. Like if the
I feel like TikTok was a very unserious app.
You know what I mean? I think that's the most like, well, depending on who you're watching.
Yeah.
Where you can fully be yourself and it's not judged by anybody and somebody's going to interact and you're gonna feel heard.
Right.
Or, you know.
Like I feel social media for me has been like a weird thing to be able to watch it grow. And even like you will be like, when I post stuff, you're like, why do you look like that? Why don't you fix your hair? Why don't you? And I'm like, for me, I could care less about like the glitz and glam of like having to be fully presented as this always put together person on social media. So even earlier we were like watching a YouTube video and you're like, why you didn't take the stuff out the background? Like, the reality is my house is not pristine and clean and there is stuff on my kitchen island and there are clothes on my floor that I am not moving. If I wasn't recording this video, all of this stuff would be right here and I'll be doing the same thing. I wouldn't move it.
And I understand that point, but also I'm coming from just being presentable. Like, you should still be presentable. No one's saying that you should be Jackie Aina. Like, I'm not saying that. Like, that kind of content pisses me off. But there should be some sort of middle ground. Like, I get that you're not, if you weren't recording, you wouldn't have moved it, but you are recording. So we don't have to have a diaper in the corner. You know what I mean? Like, just like certain things that you could just move out the way just because that's not the focus.
I could move it out the way because even though it's not the focus, and I think that also is a problem with social media too, because it's like, what are you on my videos to look at? Are you on my videos to look at the back of my house and figure out
people why there's though.
And that's fine and people can do that, but I think that for me, like that lies the issue, because the reality of it is, as a mom at home with 2 kids, there are loose diapers, clean diapers, of course, it's not dirty diapers, but there are loose, clean diapers spread throughout my house. There are baby wipes on the floor. There are children's toys all over the place.
Yeah.
When I go into the kitchen, what's in the kitchen is out. The stuff that's on my counters is in the counter. There's going to be a side of the counter that's nothing but like empty sippy cups or the kids' cups.
Yeah.
They're all there. If I'm over there, I'm not moving the cups.
Yeah.
Because I want to start shooting something.
Yeah. I think that's just a certain part of me and my personality and how I do things that I feel like I can still be true to myself and who I am on the camera if I'm presentable to the camera and around me. Well, also, I think that just comes down, honestly, scratch that. That just comes down to personality. Because I agree with you, but I just also feel like there's a way to do that. Like, I don't think everything has to be shown.
But I think
some things can be left in your house. Does that make sense? Like, because we already share our whole world with the internet. We already share our whole life. There's some things that the internet doesn't have to see, especially if we're choosing to do the weekly vlog, the daily vlog.
But if we're saying that there's some things that the internet doesn't have to see, to me that sounds like the things that the internet doesn't have to see is how you really are. So we put on this facade and we put on this like this very much like view of perfectionism and cleanliness and tidiness that is not the reality. So if you're telling me if you were going to record a YouTube video and say we're recording and you had shoes over here in this corner because you had just got home last night, you got home from a long night, you came in the house, you threw your shoes over here in the corner, and maybe you had a jacket that was over here.
Like I would keep those.
You would keep those. So what are the things that you're like, it has to be cleaned up or it has to be moved out of the way in order for you to record?
So for instance, you cooking in that video, I feel like either your angle could have changed or it would have took 2 seconds for you to move the water bottle out the frame. Like there's just certain things that my eye gets drawn to when I'm watching your video that's distracting me. But I also have a mild case of ADHD or all these. Like I just get...
People be self-diagnosed like a motherfucker. Ain't been to no psychiatrist.
I also think it comes
but niggas
down,
got ADHD,
I got
ADD,
everything. No,
OCD.
I got prescribed a few, diagnosed a few of... I did, y'all. I was in therapy. They diagnosed me with a few things. Not ADHD though, but TikTok diagnosed me with that one. But anyway, but I think it comes from like a childhood thing. Like I think it's just like something like, I just keep saying presentable, but like that's how even though I'm cussing and doing all the other things in front of the camera and like, I feel like it's representation of my house and of my life and what I'm doing. And I have a standard for me of like,
the standard of how you want people to see you.
And view me. Because I'm in control of how I want to be viewed. So I hear you.
So you want people to view you in a way that you actually do not live.
What do you mean?
Because if the cameras were not on, the water bottles would be on the counter.
Well, actually, no. The water bottles wouldn't be on the counter. I also don't live like that. I don't live in clutter. So no, like when you guys go, I'm not going to bed with a bunch of shit on my island. Like everything is getting clear. Everything is getting wiped off. Like the most that we'll sit on, it will be my tea kettle. Like that, there's no. So for me, maybe that's different because we live differently.
Right.
So, because for me, yeah, no.
You mentioned something earlier about like social media and validation.
Validation. I think I kind of touched on it a little bit, but I think we do things for the only way to say it is the validation of other people or the acknowledgement and acceptance and affirmations coming from other people. And it might not be on purpose or intentional, but as humans, like we need that. Like we kind of need that interaction with other people. I think that's the whole reason why social media was created. Not so it could like fuck up our mental and how we view ourselves, but also for us to rely heavily on everybody else instead of being secure in ourselves. So I do envy the people who don't use socials at all. Like, oh yeah, Instagram, no, I've never had that. I can't. And they just actually live a life and they live a life outside of socials. They read books and shit. Now, people like me, I don't read books.
I feel like for me, when social media started, I have family in New York, I have family in North Carolina, I have family all over the place. So for me, I've used it as a tool to like keep my family or my people that I weren't around all the time. Like that's how we kept up with what was going on with each other. Oh, I can see that you're about to graduate from college, or, oh, I can see that you are studying for a final, or, like that's what it was. And then as it's grown over the year, I'm not even gonna hold you. It's been super stressful to try to keep up. Like it's been stressful to keep up and to keep up with like all of the different changes because like it gets to a point where it starts to not feel fun. And for me, social media was fun. It was a relief. It was you know what I'm saying? Like it was an outlet. It wasn't this like, once it became a point where it needed to be curated, it needed to look away. And then especially once I like started my business and realized that I needed social media technically in this day to run your business, because how else is somebody going to know what you're doing? Like when you meet people now and it's like, what's your gram?
Right.
Like we're not exchanging phone numbers. We're not like, that's how you find out who a person is, what they're capable of, what they could do, what they could not do, who y'all know in common. Like you literally meet somebody and you're like, what's your gram?
People carry around QR codes.
For their Instagram?
Yes.
Or just, I mean, I have a QR code on my...
I know, for your business.
Yeah.
For their Instagrams.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's people's lifestyles. Those are people's streams of income.
I get, right. So for that, I'm like, I understand the purposes of it when it's like helpful for careers, but also it's just so stressful. And I already knew when I started Oracle Media, I love my own personal social media. I have a ball in my stories. I post a little bit less on my page now than I did like when I was younger and Instagram first started. It was like, I didn't have to have my makeup on to be like, I wasn't trying to curate a feed. I didn't care what was on my feed. If you go back now, it's some dusty ass photos.
She don't want to get rid of
on my Instagram feed. I'm not getting rid of it because my digital footprint is going to live forever. I put it out there, it's there. Who cares, right? But now, like when I'm in my story and I'm posting, it is, y'all know I be in the house like hair
and then
undone.
She be doing me too. And that's the part that pissed me off, because you just be putting me on there looking all types of ways.
And who cares?
Me, I care.
It'd be like 300 people on my Instagram story. And that's...
Y'all, she has 7,000 followers.
I do not.
5,000.
4.
Either way, it's over to you.
I have 4,000, like 4,600 followers.
5K.
Of the 4,600 followers, if it is a good day if 300 people look at my Instagram
half of them
story.
Verified, half of them celebrities.
Celebrities do not be watching my story.
Please. Her network goes crazy. So to post me on...
Who cares though? But that's the problem, because
it's crazy. Like
that's your everyday regular life. What is your image for what?
Image. Just how I want to look online when I'm online.
And my story is going to delete in 24 hours?
Somebody could screenshot it. Somebody can.
Girl, ain't nobody screenshotting my stories.
They might.
Nobody cares.
No, they do. And they might. You never know. Exes should be following my exes, y'all. Listen, it's just horrible. Fucking with my flow. Exactly. I do have a serious question. Should I ask now? What are we at? We're at validation.
Go ahead. What's your serious question?
Because you said something about digital footprint. So, and then you post your kids. And there's a lot of mom talk of, there's two types of moms who do post their kids, and then there are other moms who like are anti-social media for their children. They think that you shouldn't kind of give your child a digital footprint before they're able to type. So what is your take on that and posting your kids these days, knowing that there's a bunch of like sick people in the world and, you know, all the things?
There are a bunch of sick people in the world that know all the things. I, again, see social media as a tool for connection for the people that aren't around me. So for all of my family that's not around me that want to see pictures from Abigail's first birthday party, I'm not making a family group chat. And I'm not, especially when niggas got Androids. I'm sorry. I'm not making a group chat. I'm not sending individual texts to all 4 sides of the family members that I have to send everybody all the updates. You can look on my social media. You can see the things that we are doing. You can see them grow. You can feel like you have, you know, internet nieces and nephews that you know, watch grow. And I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Like there are perverts on the internet. There are perverts off the internet.
Yeah.
And the only thing I can do is make sure that I am raising my children in a place that is safe and they are aware of their own privacy.
Right.
Things that are safe for them or not safe for them.
Right.
And then go from there. Like there's literally
respect.
Nothing I could do about that.
That's a good mom, y'all.
Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead, dap me.
Thank you so much. Very nice.
Yeah.
What do you think is next for social media? Like we're in this weird, like TikTok was banned, but TikTok is back.
Red note.
I'm not learning Mandarin.
I'm not learning Mandarin either, but I did make a profile, but I deleted the app because I was just mad scrolling, and I can't see what I'm like. Even the captions are in Mandarin. I couldn't do it. Like
it's not just a way that you can change it to English. Allegedly,
tried.
You couldn't do it,
and it was yelling at me in Mandarin.
The app was yelling at you.
Like it was like
all caps.
Yeah, but and then an exclamation, like something. I'm like, all right, bro, I can't even figure out how to put a profile picture on this. How I'm okay. Like, I'm going back to YouTube, y'all. I think that's it. And that'll be my fun. And if people watch it, they watch it. And if that becomes my solo career, great. I would love for it to, but I don't want to lose that part of me loving to do it. Because I think I get burnt out, I guess, quickly, or annoyed by it being so serious and having to curate it that I'm just like, I don't want to do this anymore. So that's why I go over and have those times where I don't post for months.
I think,
or weeks. TikTok, I'm not able to do that. I feel like it's quicker. It's faster.
Yeah, it's much quicker. TikTok, first of all, when TikTok came out, it took me a second to be like, all right, I'm gonna get on TikTok. Because at first, all I thought TikTok was dancing. And I'm like, I don't have time.
It was Musically part 2.
And I just had a baby. I was like, I ain't out here fucking dancing with y'all. Like, that's stupid.
Yeah.
But now with social media, I understand how like parents or people of older generations, like when it was like, oh, there was a Nokia and then there was a Motorola Razr.
What is a Nokia?
A phone. Right? Then it was a Motorola Razr, and then it was this phone, and then it was that phone, and they had to learn a new interface, and they had to learn a new, and they was like, I don't want to learn that shit. I just want to dial out. I just want to press the numbers to say, let me put these numbers in to call your phone. I don't got it.
That's how you feel about the apps?
I don't want to learn another app. I don't want to be concerned with another algorithm. I'm uninterested. I don't got it.
But it's also like, what is there left to do? There's nothing left to do. But I just think there's still for them to make a new app. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but that's what we thought. We thought it was on to something with Facebook. I thought Facebook was everything I needed. And then they made Twitter. And I was like, oh, Twitter got something that Facebook don't got. Bot, this is great.
What was that?
And then they
messaging? Like what was?
I don't know. But it was better. It was new, it was better.
They're all the same app. They're all the same app.
And then it was Instagram. And it was like, damn, they made Instagram. This is so much better than Facebook and Twitter. I love Instagram. I love these pictures. I love this format. And then they made TikTok. And I just don't want to learn no more apps. Like I was really hoping that it was just going to be TikTok forever.
Well, you're saying you're done with TikTok now.
But I am done.
We have a streak, so you can't be done. We're at 147. Like
that streak might be gone, sis.
I restored it last night. So
listen,
don't piss me off. Seriously.
Let me tell you why I'm done with TikTok. This is what I didn't like.
Okay.
I didn't like that it was like a ploy in this like presidential election
for Trump
and the presidential inauguration, because there was specific messaging on TikTok prior to, like, the app is shut down right now, but we are working with President Trump to figure it out. And then people are sitting at the inauguration with Trump, and then it's like, TikTok is back. Thank you, Trump.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we going through all of this when Trump was president in 2020, everything was like, China's so bad. China this, China that. We hate China. China. That's all you heard of.
Yeah.
And in 2020, this was the person who started
the Trump
to try to get TikTok banned in the United States.
Right.
And now that technically, I guess, as a businessman or whatever, he sees the benefits. He sees the power of it. And now it's like, let me come back and be the savior. Like, you're not about to gaslight me into this app. I refuse.
Now you're anti-TikTok.
I'm anti-TikTok right now.
Sorry, I'm not.
And it's crazy because one of my friends, one of my associates, her name is Shar, the night before TikTok, or the day of, she makes a post and was like, let me grab my makeup since I can't be ugly on Instagram.
Yeah.
Over 5 million views that day.
Really?
Over 5 million.
She did it on TikTok?
She did it on TikTok that day, over 5 million views. Gained like 5,000 followers. Like the last time I checked, she had like 11,000 plus. And I think before that, she might have had like 6,000 followers. So prior to this whole ban and then unban, I enjoy that TikTok was like, you just never know. It could be luck of the draw. It could be your day.
It is.
You could just post something that people fuck with, and then all of a sudden, boom, you viral. People love you. Everybody want to be your friend. Now you're special. Like that, I love.
That's a double-edged sword.
Double-edged sword for sure, because you're hot one day, next day you're not. Because where is Miss Netta and Charles?
Here she and Miss Netta and Charles, biggest.
Joe Netta. You know what I'm saying? Where is Joe Netta and Charles?
Her name is Joe
Miss Netta named Joe. Miss Netta.
Joe Netta?
Well.
I'm done.
Miss Netta name is Joe. But if you put Netta and Joe together, it's Joe Netta.
How did you figure out her name was Joe? Was her name before being Netta Joe?
Yeah, before.
So we're not calling
she
her
was
Joe.
Miss
Her name
Netta.
is Netta. Miss Netta.
Miss Netta. But Miss Netta know her name, Joe.
To call her Joe Netta is crazy. You see Miss Netta in the store, you call her, hey, Joe Netta?
No, I'm going to say, hey, Miss Netta.
Oh, my God.
And I'm going to take a picture. I'm going to say, hey, Miss Netta. And ask to take a picture. Because that was a time.
Yeah, no. Maybe her and Charles broke up and that's why they don't make videos no more.
No, they still making videos because Miss Netta be wearing her fake Gucci and be letting the people know how much money they getting from TikTok.
So why is she wearing fake Gucci if she...
Miss Netta be like, this Gucci is not fake. Look at this bag that it came in. It looked just like this. Meanwhile, you can't find it in the Gucci line you can't find it in the Gucci archives.
She got a rep.
Past, present, future. Yeah.
She got her own rep, just like you do.
She got a rep, all right. It's fake. Unfortunately. I'm sorry, Miss Netta. I'm so sorry. I started to buy one of the aprons that said, your lunch is ready.
You're so stupid. Like
that song was there. Charles, your lunch is ready.
If I could show y'all the amount of TikToks she sent me of Charles and Miss Netta, bruh. No, I can't.
It was just a good...
You introduced me to them. I ain't know none of them about them. Nothing.
I put you on.
You know. So you saying you love Instagram. I hate Instagram.
Oh, I do not love Instagram at all. I enjoy being able to like freely post on my stories, but I feel a lot of pressure now posting on my feed. Like I feel like it has, and then now I'm a business owner. So it's like the people are looking. Well, you know, let's cheers the water to this episode going viral. Crickets? Damn, we can't cheers?
Well, cheers in the water is bad luck.
Oh,
so we're not doing that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, we're not gonna cheers, but y'all like, comment, and subscribe if y'all enjoyed this video. I think this was just a part 1 for real. I feel like you could talk a lot more about social media and the pros and cons. I'm pro socials. That's my whole life. It's my whole life's work and all my jobs. So.
Yeah, I'm pro socials too. Just certain.
And I'm still pro TikTok. Fuck Trump, like at the end of the day. But I knew it was a ploy from jump. That's why I didn't think it was gonna actually happen. So then to see that, and I'm like, this is comical. Like this is actually insane.
Yeah, and my TikTok is pixelated, and I can't look at pixelated content. So I know everybody else's is clear.
And I just want CapCut back, and that's not even a social. People post on CapCut though, which I did not know.
What do you mean post on CapCut?
They post their videos on CapCut. Like CapCut is its own social as well.
Really?
Yes.
I know people have like templates on, like made templates on CapCut, but I didn't know they were like posting their content where you could like scroll through. Damn.
I'm not sure how that goes, but China is, you know, way
light years ahead.
Oh my God, you just took the words out of my mouth.
Of everything. Like they're light years ahead on everything.
Yes.
We just real slow here in America.
We're not gonna be here for much
real
longer.
Slow, real greedy.
Real big.
Real big.
Fat.
Real obese.
Right.
It's truly wild. Like we're laughable. We're like
hilarity. That's
people
our new
are not
word
taking
of the
us
month.
serious as a country.
And why should they?
I mean, I don't.
America is not the land of the free.
Whoa.
Nor the land of new opportunity. We are the worst country to be in. Not the worst. There's worse ones. Worser. It got worser somewhere else. But you know what I mean? Like there's nothing here that you're missing. Like for real. I quickly would go and live somewhere else.
Maybe that's the next episode. Like where else in the world do we live?
No, the next episode is about dating, y'all. It's gonna be Valentine's Day. I'm so excited to talk about this, y'all. Relationships, dating, sex, love. We hitting all the top ones on the next episode. And JB gonna give you her past and to her future and being in love and shit and having all them kids. But I'm gonna give you the lively stories. I think this is my time.
Girl!
To really like,
girl.
Because people keep saying to me like, you live 1,000 lives. I'm be like, yes, I know. Here is my stance. I'll have to tell y'all old stories or just have to like make up some parts of the stories and then put in fake names so people don't, you know, get upset and stuff. But I wanna tell some stuff. I need to get some shit off my chest. It's 2025 before I get married and stuff.
Oh, you know,
nuts. That is so nuts.
Is it?
Y'all, she just know my heart and soul so well. I thank God for you all the time.
Like, subscribe, comment. See y'all next time. I am
Love
done.
y'all.
Mwah.